Gene here with G Squared Tactical. Got Trey on the camera. Back out here at the range today as we promised. Been a long time coming. And I would say this is probably, I know I say this about a lot of guns, but I would say this is probably one of the guns I was most excited about shooting when I bought it this year. Now I know I said earlier the gun that I was the most glad I purchased was the Springfield Prodigy. I did have the most fun shooting that gun. But as far as just because I'm not a huge fan of the FN brand, I mean, I think most people know they're not super known for their great, awesome, wonderful triggers. They're more known for their machine guns and their AR-15s, things of that nature. And so when they came out with this one and this redesigned compensator here on the end that doesn't have to be timed or anything like that, got a more flat-faced type trigger on here with the center safety that kind of breaks at a 90-degree angle. You know, it still has the same, you know, odd looking, I guess, the same bulk to it as you would expect from an FN, the same odd looking grip profile and stuff. But it is different, you know. It does have the lightning cuts here in the slide. It has the green raised fiber optic front sight, and the rear sight was already raised, ready to co-witness with your reflex here. So we did put two rounds down range with this gun, but other than that, this will be the first time that we've shot this gun. So you'll get to see it as we see it. Test for accuracy, reliability, and so on and so forth. But I could say for sure that I did not pay $1,500 for this gun because I want this gun to fail. Now I know that there are friends of ours that might be FN fans that may not believe that. They may believe that we want this gun to fail, that we may even try to make this gun fail, but $1,500 is a big deal to me, so I don't want my $1,500 gun to fail. So let's get this 509cc Edge out here and see what we can do with it. I don't know how Trey feels about it. You know, Trey, you know, he's not a, Trey's a Glock guy, you know.
Yeah.
But I can tell you what, that's the, okay, so this is the same mag, I believe. It didn't lock back on this mag. The weird thing is that when you hand rack it back, it locks back, but it didn't during the progression of shooting. So not a huge deal to me, but worth mentioning, I suppose.
That's a big deal.
And yeah, okay, I know. I know. And, you know, if Trey shoots that well with this gun, you know, we all know how Trey is. He'll suddenly become a big fan. I mean, that's just how Trey rolls, you know. You know.
You ain't wrong.
We'll see what happens. You know what? This sun is brutal.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't lock back on that mag either. But good Lord, would you look at that.
That might be the best you've shot all day. I'm not even kidding with you.
Woo! That's some good shooting right there.
That's good shooting, Tex.
Yeah, that's good shooting right there. Oh, would you look at that.
That's a feature.
That's a feature. So, for whatever reason, it is not locked back on any of these mags. Now, like I said, the crazy thing about that is it'll lock back if I just pull it back. But for whatever reason, let's let's just put one round through here, so it should lock back. Just one round. Well, might want to stay in there first.
They're battle proofing. You can run them.
That's right. Man, that thing went into some serious mud right there. Might have to take that mag apart. Good Lord.
Did it really?
Jeez. Louise.
It's been raining a lot where we live at for like, God, what, the past month?
And it rained like some serious, like flood kind of rain yesterday.
Yeah, it was bad.
So it will not lock back on that mag for under no circumstance. I ain't totally sure what that's about, but I would certainly want it to. Now, I will say this now. As Trey mentioned, that's probably the best I've shot all day. And I would agree with that for the most part. I mean, I always shoot well, but I would say for today anyway, that's the best I've shot all day. Now, I'll tell you this. You know, you got a $1,500 gun with tax and everything, and I'll be honest with you, it kind of aggravates me that that it won't lock back on that empty mag. That's, you know, we have a lot of guns that sometimes they won't lock back on the empty mag. And, you know, but it's only like one specific mag. Like if it's got 3, it's only one consistently that does it. Or we had a gun we were shooting earlier. Oh yeah, my 10mm thesis, that it wouldn't lock back on a particular mag, but then suddenly it began to lock back.
The Prodigy would not lock back on the staccato mags, would it?
I don't remember,
That
but I'm
seems like
saying
it had that.
generally if you have that issue out of a gun up front, you know, for some reason, some strange odd reason, it'll start to function like it should in that aspect, but this one not so much, you know. And it had not so far anyway. Now we put 3 mags through this gun, and so far it has not locked back. Well, actually, if you want to really get technical, it's say 4, and we put 2 rounds through it before we went on camera, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 times, and it's not locked back on any of these magazines. Now, I usually don't get too crazy about stuff like that, but this is a $1,500 gun. You know, it should lock back on the mag, just my opinion, and it hasn't on any of these. So if someone has a suggestion to why it is, maybe it's something we're doing, that we can sit here and hand rack this slide and it'll lock back on the mag. But if we're shooting the gun and it comes to the last round, it won't lock back on the mag. I don't know what that's about. Maybe someone could have a suggestion that could help us out. If so, that's great. But I will say this. Compared to other FNs that I have shot, that as you well know I wasn't a huge fan of, wasn't a fan of their triggers, wasn't a fan of anything about them, compared to other FNs I shot, that compensator seems to really help to stay on target, and seems also to really minimize the recoil or the muzzle rise, and I think that's evidence in how well that I shot. And it was a pleasure to shoot. The gun was a pleasure to shoot. So we're gonna let Trey shoot the gun, see if he has the same kind of luck. You know what we'll do here is, if you know, I hardly shot out any of the black on the target. So
He's being honest this time.
if there's a lot of black that is you know, missing after he's done, we know he didn't shoot well, you know.
Ugh. Are you still filming?
Well, why would I have stopped?
I thought you were gonna spray paint.
No, heck no.
All right.
We just
I didn't mean that. Ugh. Okay. Forget I said that. I was just saying that it's like an ongoing joke that Trey don't like FN, which I didn't say that. I implied it. My last gun that I bought was actually an FN, so I think.
Well, he says the same thing about Glock, but 90% of what he carries is Glock. So I mean, you can't win.
That's very true. Let me just go ahead and shoot it, because I'm a shooting kind of guy. If I'm gonna like or dislike a gun, it'll be because of how it's shot.
That's right. Why wouldn't it be?
So we had a FN malfunction. Do you think that could have been me? It didn't feed properly.
Well, I mean, the good thing is I shot first, so everybody got to see that I didn't have no problem. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's in a break-in period is probably what it is.
Well,
Let's
you know, it's
try
a
to
left.
finish this mag out.
It's a lefty thing, you know.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see if it locks back though. Lock back on the mag.
How about that?
So must be a righty thing. You know what I'm saying?
It might be.
So
well, I will say this though, and let me say this right quick before you start talking about the guns.
you say it.
So he says that he's not biased towards particular brands of guns. When I say that, I'm really not. Like, now I have given FN a hard time in the past because a friend of ours was a huge FN fan, and we wasn't really sure why, because I didn't really care for my FNX Tactical. I didn't like my 5.7 from FN, and I sold them. You know, the only one that I semi sort of liked was my FN9C. But I don't care what it is or how much trash I have given something in the past. If it performs for me, if I like it, if it serves a purpose, in a lot of ways, if it's awesome, I have no problem admitting that. Now, with that being said, Trey bought a Shadow Systems. Like, he wanted a Shadow Systems in a big bad way. And he said already in a video that when the first 50 or so rounds that he put through it, it was having difficulties feeding properly. But he in no way did he trash it. He was like, oh man, well, you know, some guns just have to be broke in. He was excusing the gun.
I said I would sell it though.
He had one little bitty malfunction out of the quote unquote FN. And oh man, we had a malfunction with the battle proven FN.
But you have to understand the backstory. The reason that I said that was because, Lord willing, this, you know, he probably won't, but you know, there's a friend of the channel that likes FN, and he thinks that I bash FN, and you know, because he likes them and everything, and you know, that's not true, because I genuinely think they're ugly. I don't think that they're attractive at all. I mean, like,
yeah, they're mostly ugly. I'll give you that.
I think they're mostly, and to be honest with you, I mean, a SCAR is, if it were not historic and did not have a place in the military, I'd probably tell you that thing was ugly.
It is ugly.
It literally looks like a box that a kid drew.
That's the best looking gun that FN had.
It is, but it's accessorized. They purposefully did this stuff to it. Like,
I don't think that one's ugly, but for the most part, most FNs are ugly. I agree with that.
Well, see, I think that what has happened here is they've taken an ugly gun and they've taken it to the bridal shop. They've made it look good. So I can see past the bridal shop and see the ugly, but I think that the things that they have done distract from that ugliness. But I'm not bashing on FN because they don't shoot well.
And you shot really well.
I did shoot really well. I don't know if that's because of the Trigi, but I'm going to use the iron sights now on this next magazine and see how it does. Let's hope that the mag will make the slide lock back.
That's crazy, man.
Dude.
Yeah, that sun is intense. It did lock back. That's crazy, dude.
It did lock back. I don't. Maybe you're pushing. So I have noticed this actually. When there's a magazine that is in the mag well, you can push on the opposite side. It's not ambidextrous, but you can push on it and make it release. Like on most guns, you can't really do that. But what I mean is, like, obviously you have more of a extended mag release on the.
Has it got an ambi
side.
slide lock too?
What?
Has it got an ambi slide lock too?
Yeah.
I might be hitting that thing.
I think it's a mag release, if I'm being honest with you. I think you're accidentally pressing on it, and when you do, it causes a mag to fall down a little bit.
But
I don't know.
Wouldn't it fall out though?
Maybe. I don't know. It's an FN. You never know what you're going to get.
I think now that I think about it, I'll focus on that because you had two that locked back, and I don't want to trash something if it ain't worth trashing.
No, it might be.
But I'm going to try to focus. I don't want to bash a gun, you know, unwarranted, you know, because Trey did put 2 mags through it and it did lock back both times, and I just realized it is an ambi slide lock here, so I don't know if maybe I'm hitting it. I don't see how I would be because my trigger finger is down in here, so I don't know how I would be hitting that necessarily, but it does seem kind of odd to me that he shot it and it didn't have an issue. It's locked back both times.
On a $1,500 gun, though, you shouldn't have to make adjustments to your grip. That's all I'm saying.
That's kind of something. I don't know, man. You know, let's just shoot it again, and I'll try to see if maybe I am doing something here. I don't know. All I can say is that yeah, it didn't lock back. I mean, I don't know what I could be doing because
Let me just say this real quick. If that was my gun, I'd have it on my nightstand. I'm just saying that. I actually really like that thing.
let's see. Dude, I don't know what I could be doing.
Try shooting it left-handed.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work out well.
Just like 2 rounds.
But I mean, look, just look how quick I was able to stay on target and just bust that thing up, you know?
You're really good with it.
But I'm trying to understand what it is I'm doing.
Try one.
You know what? I don't know. Let me try doing it like this, putting my hand down here like this and see.
Yeah.
Let me put how many
I got
rounds?
2 in each of those, so what I'm saying is, like, if you did try it left-handed.
Let me put it down like this and see if it's some way that I'm holding it. Nope.
Try it left-handed.
I'm not gonna shoot that way because it'd be dangerous for me. I can't hold it left-handed.
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, no, that's gonna end badly. Yeah.
Huh. It's doing it every time for me. That sounded really redneck. It's doing it every time for me.
Here, you put 2 rounds through it and let's just see.
Might not be your gun.
I ain't never seen anything like it in my life.
I mean, because consistently it's not for you, but consistently it is for me.
Right. No matter how I move my hand. That's happened consistently for you too.
You want to zoom in on my face? Lock back.
I mean, what is that, dude?
Do we need to address that failure, or are we just working on the lock back right now?
Well, I'm trying to understand what that is.
Let me try 2 more with these 2 mags, just because I really like shooting this gun. I'll try these 2 on the smaller target. Lock back. I mean, what? The only thing that makes sense to me is that mag release, but like you said,
but the mag would fall out.
Yeah, throughout the course of you shooting it.
You shoot it right-handed. Even though I shot it left-handed, it still done it.
This is a hard thing to diagnose right here, isn't it? This is odd.
That's crazy, dude. I've never seen anything like it. I'm sure somebody will be able to tell us something. Sure, we ain't the only ones.
This is not the right way to shoot.
No, it ain't. Dude, that is crazy, dude.
That's odd. Try these two. Lock back.
Dude. What could I be doing?
Are you limp wristing it?
I mean, honestly, that would almost seem as though it would make it lock back easier. Dude, man. Well, I mean, one thing's for sure, if any of you guys have ever experienced this, maybe you can tell us what it is we're doing. Trey puts 2 rounds in a mag and just walks off. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, you want me to load her up all the way?
Let's see.
I thought we're still diagnosing.
Are we?
I thought.
Well, am I ever, if it locks back, am I ever really going to know?
Yeah, lock back. What do you mean?
Let me put my hand way down here.
Focus on that mag release. Just try my idea. Just try. It doesn't make no sense, but just try it.
But my hand's not on it.
The thing is, though, is you can barely push it. Oh, well.
That calls a limp wrist right there.
Yeah, we can't call that a failure.
See, I can't do that. Dude, that is the absolute craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It is crazy. The good part, though, is that it still functions and shoots really well. It's a good gun.
Well, I mean, even then, I would still be on that mag release.
You see what I'm saying, though, is that you can push that mag release back the other way even though you're not supposed to.
Yeah, but it's not pushing it. I got my hand, it's not moving that.
But
Here, think about this too, because it
The
has
mag would fall out. Like
because it has an
so
extension
if
on
I
the
push,
bottom.
right, but if I
You're
push
holding it.
look how hard that is to push. There's no way I'm pushing it. And if I did, it would fall out.
But even in the slightest,
In the slightest of what?
I
What
don't
would it
know.
be doing?
I'm just trying to come up with
Because
an idea.
the crazy thing is that right there it locks back. See what I'm saying? And I don't know how else to hold the gun, you know? I mean, you hold the gun how you hold them.
Yeah, and even when you shot it left-handed, you didn't have a finger
Right.
over that mag release. That is so weird.
Like, I'm gonna try my best without limp wristing this thing to do this. My hand is nowhere near that mag release or the slide lock, nowhere near it. Might want to put one in there. Nowhere near it. Not even on it the slightest. See, won't lock back.
what on earth?
I mean, dude, that is the absolute silliest thing I've ever did. I mean, this is interesting, and the reason we're leaving the film running while we're doing this is because we want you guys to see this. I mean, maybe somebody has some explanation for what in the living crap is going on.
Maybe if I held your hand when you did it, it'd help.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Apparently
know.
that's what it's got to take. What the heck?
I mean, it's locked back every time for you. It's not locked back for you.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And it has never locked back for you.
Dude, that is insane. Let me try to grip it tighter.
There's your lock back.
All I did was just manhandle it, like just grip it in there.
How does that affect anything, though?
Dude, that is crazy. But I'm just like stoked at how, dang man, look at that, dude.
What if,
That's an intense target right there.
you know, on my 365, the one that we're about to shoot, you know how the grip, when you push on it, because it's polymer, it has some wiggle room to it. So maybe when you just manhandled it, you really made that magazine clench in tight in that grip and did not allow it to come down at all. Maybe, I don't know. That would be a testament to my grip strength, because it happened every time with me.
I knew that was coming. Didn't lock back that time.
You holding it the same way?
Yeah.
What the heck?
But you know what? I've shot so well with this gun, and I'm telling you right now, I've shot a lot of guns, and I would say this would be in that subcompact or at least the compact area. And typically, you can't get consistently on the same spot every time with a gun this size. And so that compensator really does make a tremendous difference, and it is a absolute blast to shoot. So I'm gonna grip it as tight as I know how to grip it and concentrate on not letting that go. Dude, that is insane.
When you grip it without a magazine in there, do you feel wiggle room in the grip? Not really? That's weird.
But dude, I'm gripping that thing so tight, like it's almost like a shape.
Yeah.
That, I mean, you shouldn't have to grip a gun that tight. Not no 9mm.
Right.
But we'll figure that thing out. Like I said, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe this might be the most fun I've had shooting all day. This is a blast to shoot, and I think it's because of, like I say about Trey, because of how how accurate the gun has been. Yes, it does have a reflex on there, but how quickly you can just stay on target, you know, and I think that's attributed to, you know, mostly the compensator, but also the lightning cuts that are on this gun. So, man, I tell you, it's been a blast to shoot. So let's shoot them out right quick. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna wheel this thing to lock back. That's what I'm gonna do. You know, I just keep on changing my grip. I mean, you know, in a real life situation, I don't guess it would matter, but if the slide doesn't lock back and you happen to use, you know, all 15 rounds, listen, I know that there's somebody out there that has been through this before, and they're gonna tell us how to fix it.
I have faith.
I know there is.
Yeah.
You know, one of our, you know, 10,500 subscribers is gonna tell us something. You know, I have faith in that.
Light that comment section up, guys.
I wasn't even gripping it hard that time.
There you go. You fixed it. Had to break in.
I ain't totally sure what I did. Nah, seriously though, guys, blast to shoot. Trey had a stovepipe or two. I think one failed to feed or failed to go back in the battery, which usually is a sign that you're limp wristing it. But then that goes against everything of me gripping it tight, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think you could certainly trust this gun. Definitely a blast to shoot. Don't know if it's worth $1,400 plus tax, but that's what I paid for it, and it was fun to shoot. I think I could trust this gun. I really, really like it. Leave your comments. If you have any comments about what we experienced with the not locking back, let us know about that. Again, we respond to everyone. We love interacting with you. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. We hope you have a blessed day.